And we're back! Hello everyone and Happy New Year 2022. Wow, we made it. 2021 was a pretty good year reading wise. Previously, I would always set my reading goal to 10 books and I would never make it past 3, but 2021 was good to me. I read 13 books. With this new year, my next reading goal is to read 20 books. I'm already getting started with Skullsworn. I thought it was about a lesbian. That's why I picked it up, but it's not very upsetting, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's still a really good book, so I'm still gonna read it. Just a little bit of an update. I was kind of MIA on booktube for most of last year when I started my channel. You know, life kind of just gets in the way sometimes, and that's totally fine. Totally fine. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year. One of my resolutions is to actually post more videos on both booktube and my main channel at It's Lex. So we shall see how it goes. Fingers crossed. So today I will be doing the New Year's book tag, and we're just gonna get started. Question number 1. How many books are you planning on reading in 2022? 20 books. I'm a very slow reader. I'm sorry. I cannot read 50, 100, 200 books in 1 year yet. Question 2. Name 5 books you didn't get to read in 2021 you want to make a priority in 2022. I did start a couple of trilogies in 2021 that I didn't read the second book to, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna read this book, and then I'm gonna read this book, and then I'm gonna read this book, and then I'm gonna go back and read the second book, and I just never got around to it. So I'm gonna read the second books in those series. So I read A Darker Shade of Magic, so I'm gonna be reading A Gathering of Shadows. I read Captive Prince, so I'm gonna be reading Prince's Gambit. I also really want to read Gideon the Ninth. I tried reading it like 3 times last year, and I just couldn't get into it. So I think that's something that I'm gonna have to listen to the audiobook rather than read the actual book, at least until I can get a good rhythm going, and then I can actually get into the book physically. Crier's War, I also got that a while ago, so I definitely need to read that one. That's definitely on the list. I'm trying to branch out from YA, so that's like one of the few YA books I still have to read. And then I also want to read Stormfront, which isn't gay, so that's a bit disappointing, but my fiance hypes up the series, so I have to try it. I have to try it. She makes it sound so good. Question number 3. Name a genre you want to read more of in 2022. Fantasy. Adult fantasy. A few years ago I started reading YA and I loved it. It was great, but I think that's kind of why my reading had a downward spiral, and I could only ever read 3 books a year because the books, they just weren't chef's kiss, you know? They weren't chef's kiss. So then I tried YA fantasy, but I think it's come to the point where I'm not really into YA at all. So I'm trying to get into adult fantasy. I've been reading a lot of adult fantasy books. That's pretty much all I read last year for the most part, so I'm definitely gonna stick with that. Question number 4. 3 non-book related goals for 2022. I definitely want to write more. I'm not sure if that's technically non-book related because it is about writing books, but it's not about reading books, so I'm still gonna count that. But that's definitely a big one for me for this year because I have a lot of WIPs, you know, work in progresses that I'm working on. I have a duology, I have a trilogy, I have a couple standalones, so I really need to crack down. I go on Twitter. I created a Twitter, by the way. You guys should follow me. It is at Lex's Library. I will link it in the description box below so you guys can follow me there. But yeah, I see a lot of authors these days are younger than me, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm clearly slacking here, so I need to step up and I need to work on my novels and publish them instead of just fantasizing about them. Another goal is to work on myself, get myself alright in the headspace. Build confidence, you know, work out more, just all around be better. But yeah, so that's only two. There's only 2 goals. I can't come up with a third one. Question number 5. What's a book you've had forever that you still need to read? Honestly, I went through my books recently and I got rid of a bunch of them that I was never gonna read. Books that I've had for years, and I was like, I'm clearly never gonna read this, so I got rid of it. The one book that I still held on to, that I keep trying to read and I still haven't read it yet, is Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. I definitely need to read that book. Probably not this year, but we'll see. We'll see. And then last question, question number 6. One word that you hope 2022 will be. I hope 2022 will be very productive for me as I work on my novels and just work on my major and work on myself and also work at my job. I just hope it's going to be all around very productive and in a very optimistic type of way. Okay, so those are all the questions for the New Year's book tag. I hope you guys all had an amazing New Year. I can't wait to see what this year has in store for not just me, but all of you guys. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you achieve all of your goals, all of your resolutions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to try very hard to make more videos and post them on a consistent schedule. And my next video is probably going to be my TBR for this year or the books that I read in 2021. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!